the #1 TED Talk of all time, is about education. It's an amazing TED Talk. You have to see it. It talks about how the education system has become so focused on STEM, but they've neglected basically from the waist down, there's no dance, and then from just one side of the brain. So basically the arts and dance and theater and music have been left behind and are nowhere near in importance and prioritization and the time dedicated to the arts as we do to sciences and engineering and math and physics. He basically postulates that in the future we're going to need those skills, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, especially because as technologies converge and authoring systems emerge that do all the coding for you in the background, at the end of the day, the thinking and the creativity and the vision and the ability to go beyond the obvious is going to be critical. I think the reason why we're always going to be one step ahead of algorithm has to do with that story about the kid that shows up at the tunnel when there's an 18-wheeler that's stuck, and there are all these engineers that try and figure out how to reduce the box or how to increase the tunnel, and there are all these calculations, and he just goes, why don't you just take air out of the tires? And that's because he saw the question, the right question. The kid saw it very simply and asked the right question: how can we lower the height of the truck? And when you ask it that way, it's even a 5-year-old can come up with the answer. But the magic is always asking the right question. If we ask the right questions, algorithm would give us the right answers. The problem is not finding the answers and being able to calculate those faster. The problem has always been coming up with the right question and looking at it from the right angle. And that's a beautiful human quality. Now that even becomes more enhanced with AI-assisted systems, because life now is not as simple as it used to be. Systems are connected. Looking at it at the right angle when you have 5,434 angles becomes a little more complicated. So obviously now you have to investigate the future. I don't think the future is about research. I think it's about investigation. I think that you're going to use AI systems to get you the right data. You're going to be, bring me this and get me that and calculate this and calculate that. Get me the bottom line and do me this model and run me the simulation. And if we did that and you project it into the future, what would you get? All of that to be able to try to come up with an approximation of where this very, very complex system might go. And humans will be up to the challenge and will be able to step up and deliver. But that means that we're going to have to do a lot of things. Just like you said, we're going to have to learn about music again and learn about art and play with both sides of our mind. We're going to have to be two-sided players now and play with the right and left side of our brain. We're going to have to be mentally ambidextrous. The future will require it. I have no doubt in my mind that you will need sensitivity and structure, creativity and leadership, be able to synthesize and also understand complexity, forest and the trees. It's going to have to be a belt and suspenders type of solution, as an old engineer friend used to say, a belt and suspenders type of solution. But yes, we're going to need both sides of the brain going forward. So we might as well start developing both sides, in addition to embracing the uncertainty and taking all these risks.